Hey there, Seguto golfers. Tom Seguto here with Eric Cogorno, golf rockstar on YouTube. Check him out. Today, he's going to be sharing an amazing secret with us. How to hit solid chips every single time. We're talking hitting ball first, taking a divot, getting on the green, stopping, and listening to you. The ball will listen to you and go in the hole. It will literally be that easy, right, Eric?
You need a good relationship with the golf ball, Tom, and it all starts with our chipping right around the greens. How do we get the ball close enough to the hole? And a couple of things that I want to share with you guys today to help hit the chip shot solid every single time.
Oh, sweet.
Now, Tom, when I go play, if I look at the best chippers and the worst chippers, inevitably the setup looks a lot different. It doesn't look quite the same, right? Someone who might be a 30-40 handicap, and you look at their setup position and you look at a great chipper, and it's quite a bit different. So I think we can't skip that first.
Foundation.
Just a quickie, guys, to go over it. Here would be my full swing sand wedge setup, Tom. Full swing, ready? You tell me if you see a difference here. Here's my chip shot. Let's run that back just in case. Here's full swing. Setup. You see any differences there, Tom? What do you see different?
Yeah, we got a little bit of choking down on the golf club and a narrowing of the stance.
Yeah.
And that gives the perception the ball's a little bit more back in the stance by that, too.
Sternum points in front of the golf ball compared to normal. Now, what about this way, Tom? What about if we go on this side? So here's my full swing setup, right? So here's me normal full swing. Here's my chip shot.
Much closer to the ball.
Much
Definitely
closer.
getting that sternum over the ball.
Yeah. So Tom, when we look at chipping, right? For me to hit the ball solid every time, if I could line up 100 golfers, 90 of them need setup work.
Woo! Did you hear that?
90.
Why don't you say it a little closer
Yeah.
to the camera?
Let me run that back. So we have 100 golfers.
100.
Here's some quick math. We got 100. 90, right? Not 50, not 70. 90% of golfers need to change the setup first.
90% of you, which means
It's a lot.
you are likely affected by this problem, this
It's a high
chipping
percentage
pandemic.
chance. It is a pandemic. So the setup pieces first. Get your feet very close together. I would say, Tom, your heels should be no farther than one club head width apart.
Okay, one club head width.
That's as far as I would go. Could go closer. We don't need power. Chipping, short, feet close.
So you're saying that wider base actually leaves more ways you can make a mistake.
More ways you can make it. Same with the full swing. If I got a full swing here like this, I might be shifting. I got more weight to the right. I want to eliminate variables. I want to get the feet very close together. I'd line up, Tom, let's call it 60-40 to start on the left, just to start with, simple. And then from this side, the distance away from the ball, I would go not much farther than a grip away from my right foot.
Oh, that's a powerful visual right there.
So like for most people that would look at it and be like, wow, that's super close. I think you almost cannot get too close to the ball. Now that's not literal. You could get too close to the ball. But theoretically with your chipping, I would challenge you, like try and get too close to the ball. And then Tom, what am I gonna have to do if I get too close to the ball? I gotta grip down. I gotta grip down.
So you're probably, if you're a first timer at this, you're feeling like those hands are right on my shorts here.
This is ridiculous.
But that's a feel.
It's a feel.
Like I'll probably be somewhere around here.
Yeah. So closer to the ball, feet closer, right? If you struggle with contact, go farther that way. Now, Tom, from there, let's say you're 60-40. Big issue I see with chipping, just a little add-on, too much tilt at setup.
Too much tilt away from the target.
Right shoulder too low, not crispy. Contact behind the ball.
Ooh.
Contact behind the ball.
And that means less smiles per gallon on the golf course.
That's no spin on the chip shots. That's poor contact. It's not good. Look at the best chipper, shoulders more level. So shoulders level. If I had to say, Tom.
So we're looking at this tilt right here.
Yeah, shoulders much more level.
And then you see people tilting way away.
Way
so they're over here, but we're getting stacked quite literally over the ball.
Put your hands on your quads like this. Get your left fingertips down towards your kneecap.
Okay.
So your left fingertip should be lower than your right. See how I'm exaggerating that?
Oh, yeah.
So that'll help you feel the left shoulder lower.
Nice.
Okay? It's a slight exaggeration.
Yeah. I like that.
But I would go to about that point, shoulders level, remove variables. Here's another biggie, right? I'm dropping bombs here, okay? There's a bomb drop. Head motion during the backswing. Little known secret. Isn't Eric Cogorno's secret special here?
Secret sauce.
So your head motion with your chip shots and pitch shots should actually work a little bit towards the target. Should work a little bit towards the target.
And so how often do I have never heard that before. And that,
I'm here for you. I'm here to drop bombs here, Tom.
Dropping some serious secret sauce, Seguto golfers.
So the head motion, when I set up, we said shoulders level. Tom, if the ball's 12, I'd like to see the shirt buttons at 11 to 11:30. So slightly in front of it. And what that does is presets my low point forward.
Okay.
Contact.
So a little chest turn
Little
to,
chest
to
turn.
11:30.
You do a little dance move, little chest turn open. Now, my head is essentially over the ball, but during my backswing, I'm gonna have my head motion work a little bit more forward, right? So if I go like this and I have my head motion, works a little bit more forward on my way back. Now, that's a slight exaggeration just to feel it, but go ahead and you watch some slow-mo really good chippers and pitchers and look at their head in the circle. It actually, for chip shots, actually works a little bit forward towards the target to move the low point forward.
Wow. So, and that last chip, that was KFC.
It's crispy, dude.
Deep fried, just right in there.
Spin, consistent. And you know what I can do with that, Tom? When I go on the course and I have a chip shot around the green, I want to not have to like worry that I'm going to thin it, fat it, chunk it. And I've had chipping yips. I've been at the bottom of the barrel with chipping. And what these things are things that I've found that would make it the easiest possible for me to consistently hit the solid chip shots. So set up pieces, feet closer to the ball, shoulders level, head works forward during the backswing.
So 3 really good keys to an effective chip. When we get into the motion of the backswing, it looks like you're eliminating variables further by keeping a really quiet hands.
Yep.
I don't see a lot of wrist set. Like some golfers like to do too much risky. Remember, risky business.
Let's talk to me.
Risky business is risky business.
Oof.
Use that one too much because it's frustrating.
That was good.
The king of the top.
So I would say this, when you take your setup and they look at an angle between your arm and the club, this angle that's on, don't change that. Keep that angle the same.
It's like almost keeping the shaft plane right there. It's a good takeaway drill even.
Yeah. Like don't, this would be making that too much hinge, I'm changing that angle. On your way back for stock chip shots, don't just keep this angle the same. This amount of hinge you have in your left wrist, keep that the same back and keep that the same through. Keep things simple. Keep things simple.
So really quiet hands, you're just eliminating variables.
Limiting variables. My head works towards the target a little bit. Again, the weight distribution, slightly forward. And, you know, there's a lot of other variables we could talk about, but those are the biggies.
But even then, with the head motion, you're feeling it go forward, but it's so small. It's like maybe half an inch, if that.
Yeah, it's the same as if we said, hey, someone needs to tilt more. They need to feel their shoulder in the turf to stay in the circle. I see so many people move to the right that they need to feel like their head's working just a touch, and it's moving marginal. But it shouldn't move it can't move away from the target.
Well, it's almost unnoticeable if you were just watching somebody from like back here by the camera.
If you didn't point it out and watch in slow motion, you wouldn't know, but if you watch in slow motion, it'll move a little bit forward. I wouldn't add any wrist hinge, Tom. And then on the way through, when I come, I see a lot of people, if you finish and your eyes, your belt buckle and shirt buttons are pointed where the ball is, you're probably in a little bit of trouble.
So we're in the flip zone, the flipping, the yipping.
Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay. You got to fit, when you finish, your belt buckle, shirt buttons, and face, they don't need to be at the target, but they need to be forward of where the ball was.
That's great. So with those people that are yipping, and yipping and flipping,
the
yippers and flippers out there, what might it feel like when they start getting out of the yip habit or the flip habit, like getting out of this? What's a common feel for them making that transition?
Yeah, I think if you look at a swing and it's like a pie chart, okay, you and I like pie.
Oh.
Italians, right? We like pie charts. And you have, let's keep this simple. Let's walk up here, Tom. So pie chart, right? And you cut that pie chart in half. And a percentage of that pie chart is arms and hands, and a percentage is body, right? It's called 50-50.
Okay, cool.
50-50. You with me so far?
I'm with you.
50-50?
I mean, I took some math.
Pretty easy. Now, if you're a yip or flipper zone, your pie chart is like 90% arms and hands, 10% body.
Wow.
Okay? So that's a little bit not 50-50, right? 90-10.
Right.
You with me
So
still?
it's really quiet arms and hands, but you're almost like this. Like
yeah,
a putting stroke, but
whatever side you fall on, like if you have too much arms and hands, to get your pie chart back to 50-50, you got to feel like 100% the other way.
Ah, yes.
So that yipper chipper, Tom, let's say they come through and it's all arms and hands, no body.
Woo, see that all the time.
Right? Lots of speed there. I want the club head to move back and through at what feels as though the pace never changes.
And
I don't
that's a
add
nice
speed.
50-50.
I don't decrease speed. I keep the speed the same. It's back and through. Now for me to do that, my belt buckle and my shirt buttons have to work with it. So what I think they would feel like is their shirt buttons and belt buckle are moving much more in the follow through, and they're not adding hinge in any fashion. So my hinge that I have set here and set here, it's like my left wrist is more like in a cast. And I'm letting my shirt buttons and my belt buckle move through with it.
That's a great visual. Putting it in a cast.
We're in the cast.
It's not doing it, but you've got, it's dynamic. It's a dynamic motion.
Yeah, my body's not in a cast.
Right.
But my left wrist is in a cast. And that's for the yipper flipper. Okay, there's some scenarios where like you want some hand action, bounce, etc. But not if you're a yipper flipper. Right? If you're in yip flip zone, you want to go here, get the setup pieces, left wrist is in a cast, and you have to have your shirt buttons, belt buckle, etc. be the piece that's driving the motion. So see how I finish here?
Oh yeah.
My body's facing towards where I want to go. I would keep it as simple as that.
Belt buckle to the target. That's so much more dynamic than the average flipper out there that's struggling with chips. So Seguto golfers, if you're out there and you're struggling with chipping, you're likely doing the things Eric was talking about, the flipping, and your setup is not, you're probably too wide with your stance.
Please check that first, yeah.
You're tired of seeing that.
It's so common and it's so simple, and we look at it like that's too simple, it can't be that. Can't be that, it's too simple. But oftentimes it is that.
And when it's something different, let's say if you are currently struggling and you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're still gonna struggle.
Yeah.
So we changed the program to change the result. We changed the program to change the results. So changing to what Eric's recommending here, you will hit some of the most crispy chip shots of your life every
Can we do another one of these?
single time. Yeah, we can do another one of these. So Seguto golfers, Tom Seguto here, live with Eric Cogorno.
Thanks,
Check out Eric Cogorno Golf Channel. Spell that last name for us.
Cogorno, Cogorno, like DiGiorno pizza.
Rhymes with DiGiorno. We're the Golf Mafia on YouTube. Two Italians with the secret sauce to help you hit the golf ball better. We'll see you in a future rockin' episode. Thanks for tuning in.